Hey, what's up everybody? It's DaYDreaMz. Welcome back to the channel for another Clash of Kings video. And we all love this game, so we started this boycott COK movement, which has kind of morphed into something more positive. And we have a player representative, which has been voted on by a majority of the community. And we think that she is the best person to kind of take our problems and, requests to Clash of Kings and try to get, a developer response and maybe do a little negotiating to make it better for the players. So, without further ado, this is Imperio, and you have the floor.
Hi, you asked me to come on and spend about 5 minutes talking about what is the manifesto asking and how it will be a total game changer that breathes new life in the game, making it fun and exciting for players of all levels. So without further ado, the manifesto is asking Coke to shift its basic business model from one that relies on getting as much money as possible out of 1% of players to a healthy one that serves players of all levels and in turn reaps the rewards for doing that successfully. If they do this, no matter what someone's issue is with Coke, the changed business model fixes it or it goes a long way towards it. Think about that. They do this basic business model change. The filter down effect is it fixes our problems as players. As Coke exists now, it's nearly 100% reliant on a tiny group of epic spenders. But when Coke screwed them by extorting them for approximately $20,000 immediately payable for magic stuff, or their castles that they already spent about $100,000 on will no longer be competitive, Coke destroyed its ability to continue as a business and put our game on a fast train to death. The great news is that we have an easy to implement solution that will dramatically improve the game for players of every single level while assuring Coke long-term profitability. How is this accomplished? The most important thing is to set the cost of maxing any new feature to $1,000 and limit new feature releases to once every 3 months. By offering the feature max for 1,000K, they suddenly open themselves up to a vast new revenue stream. It's like Walmart. Sell a quality product for a low price to a mass market. Walmart's revenues are billions more than Ferrari. The market is just so much wider. So, under the current model now, if a player spends $10, they're really getting nothing for it. So why spend? So basically it's only the players spending thousands that are supporting the game. For example, with the Magic Ball research, it's approximately $20,000 to get about 21.3% offensive damage. So that's 0.01065 of a percent offensive damage for every $10 you spend today. Not worth it. Under the proposed model, you get over 20 times that. So all of a sudden, a tiny amount spent has a real measurable impact on your castle performance. When people get real value for their money, they spend. So by reducing feature costs, Coke will actually increase revenue. We need a healthy Coke so they can hire top-notch coders, developers, and customer service, and also pay for marketing to increase players. So that goes a long way to fixing the problem. But it's not enough to increase the quality of the game for players of all levels. And this is where the 3-month window comes in. Instead of being in a position of getting hit with wave after wave of new features, some which can not ever be attained without spending, players will now have a solid 3 months to focus and grind, with the possible reality of actually achieving the goal. Additionally, instead of having a group of angry, frustrated, low-level spenders that are getting relatively nowhere in the game, many of these players will be achieving the feature at max strength. They will be enthusiastic because their rallies actually start to mean something. Non-spenders will have the opportunity to join and be lifted with rewards, earned in addition to the strength obtained through their own efforts, as all the features can be reasonably obtained without spending. Most importantly, the game evolves over time to a strategy-based one, versus having the credit card win almost every time. The entire game shifts back to one full of energy, having the majority of players happy and excited because they are actually accomplishing things and moving forward with useful progress. Big spenders can still get it all first, but their games will have new life breathed into them, as they will have many active, enthusiastic, clever players that can actually offer them some challenges, because they have a whole uninterrupted 3 months to work. On the Coke front, the 3-month window gives them plenty of time to adequately develop and test new features, instead of having to hurry up and release them to bolster revenue. The 3-month window gives customer service reps the time to fully educate themselves on features and more time to focus on real issues, as bugs should be dramatically reduced. If Coke does not shift its business model from the Ferrari to the Walmart, the game ends very soon. Big spenders will not comply with the quadrupled level of extortion to remain competitive, and the business is currently nearly 100% relying on them for profitability. Instead, we have a chance before us to breathe new life into the game, filling it with players with happy, active, enthusiastic, because their efforts are rewarded. As they develop castles, they can meaningfully participate in all levels of the game. That's the overall meaning and goal of the manifesto. I could spend hours, Dee, explaining how the model has a positive impact on almost every facet of the game, but I know our time is limited.